he left, and I texted him, which I never do. I'm like, hey, I hope you make it home safe, and I just never got a text back.
Like without even a warning, the car just started, veering out of control. It started hydroplaning, and there was a dirt berm that acted almost like a launch ramp, and my car hit that, and it flipped multiple times. After the accident, I was completely unable to move my hands or feet. Couldn't take my seatbelt off, so I hit the side of the roof support. That caused a bleed. It also compressed my neck, fractured my thoracic vertebrae, and then it caused herniation of my third cervical disc. When I got to Memorial, they immediately acted appropriately for my injuries. I had a whole team of nurses and doctors working over me and stuff like that, and it was from that moment on that my recovery kind of began.
When I walked into the room, I had to lean over the bed, so he was able to see who I was because he couldn't even turn his head.
He had a very seriously herniated disc and some spinal instability at the level of the injury that required both microscopic decompression and then also fusion.
She listened to my concerns, being a paramedic and stuff. I was worried about swelling causing any more permanent damage because there's a secondary injury that comes from edema around your cord.
I tried my best to really calm him down and explain the whole process to him, and that there was every reason to believe he could recover.
Once he got to the rehab unit, he was actually able to move around a little bit on his own, which is really nice, but he had very weak arms, he had very weak core, he still had a cervical collar on, and he was unable to even put his own clothes on.
I felt like my hands were still up in front of me, almost holding the steering wheel.
He did not know where his extremities were in space, meaning he didn't know if his arms were up or down or forward or backwards. He didn't know if his legs were laying down in the bed or not.
He was determined to walk out of here. We used all the equipment that our facility provides. Being able to take the fear of falling out of the picture allowed for him to, first of all, trust us. He is an example of what great teamwork can accomplish, and everything starts from the patient, which is what Memorial allows.
The pool therapy helped me out tremendously. Walking in the treadmill and underwater was the first time I felt like I could really walk, was being in underwater and doing that.
After the first day of getting in the pool, he could feel his ankles and his feet and where they were with space, and I was absolutely pleased.
People wouldn't think that musical therapy would help you, but it makes a huge difference.
We got to see him slowly but surely advance towards his independence and towards his goals.
He is the best example, one of the best examples I've seen lately in a patient that goes beyond what we expect them to do.
They were always uplifting and encouraging. They are your recovery. Memorial helped me go beyond my spinal cord injury.